The government has invested highly in improving the country's infrastructure, and according to Turks and Caicos Fire Department, a huge chunk of that asset is being allocated to their department to advance their services.
There's been a huge human resource investment. We've recruited 28 new officers just this year, and as everybody knows and has heard, the Premier and the rest of the government proudly announced that we are bringing in $3 million worth of new trucks before Christmas. So that's the fire department's best Christmas present right there. Two of those trucks are going to be domestic. They're going to be used for civilian purposes. The rest of them are going to the various airports and communities around the country. Salt Cay, Middle Caicos, North Caicos, South Caicos and Grand Turk are all going to benefit from brand new state-of-the-art vehicles which can be used for their airport duties and also for their civilian domestic needs.
Officials at the department say these investments are also to meet the international regulatory requirements for the International Airport of Providenciales as more flights come into the country daily and travelers arriving from all over the world.
As more people fly into our beautiful country, more aircraft arrive, and because of that we're being asked more questions than ever before about the quality of our fire and rescue services. Realistically, next year is going to see a further focus on domestic work, and hopefully we'll be recruiting some young people to serve the communities. But right now we do rely on volunteers in Providenciales, and we do rely on the airport staff in the other islands to provide domestic fire and rescue cover. It's not our long-term objective. We want to make sure that both sides of the job are covered, but right now we have to focus on the airports. It's an economic fact. Salt Cay historically got its first fire truck ever this year. So that should be seen as a great step forward. Middle Caicos has a fire truck there right now. It's the first time that island has ever had a fire truck. So we're making history, and as our government says, you know, let's take one step at a time. Of course we need fire stations to protect our assets, but right now we've invested in some very, very good heavy-duty canvas tents and some tarpaulins, so at least it keeps the worst of the weather and the sunshine off of the vehicles in Salt Cay.
Gannon said the increase in manpower means more reach in terms of assistance to the communities in the Turks and Caicos Islands.
Providenciales, of course, needs a fire station. There's no doubt about that, and government are fully aware of it. We need a facility that can probably serve the domestic need and the airport need so that we're not paying for two separate branches. And we're working on projects, and I'm sure that in the future years you'll see that happen.